All right, folks, the fake news media is at it again. Leftists are now targeting Congressman Matt Gaetz over comments at an America First rally in Dalton, Georgia yesterday. But the thing is, some devious liberal deceptively edited the speech to make it look like Gaetz was calling on people to shoot Silicon Valley employees. He didn't, of course, but the clip went viral anyway. Here it is.
Silicon Valley can't cancel this movement, or this rally, or this congressman. We have a Second Amendment in this country, and I think we have an obligation to use it.
All right, see, he's talking about two different things there. Of course, it was taken out of context when you edit it that way. He was talking about the First Amendment with respect to Silicon Valley. Then he pivoted to the Second Amendment and its history. We'll play you the full clip, okay? The clip the news will not play for you. Watch for yourselves here.
We have a First Amendment right to speak and assemble, and we better use it. Silicon Valley can't cancel this movement, or this rally, or this congressman. We have a Second Amendment in this country, and I think we have an obligation to use it. The Second Amendment, this is a little history lesson for all the fake news media. The Second Amendment is not about, it's not about hunting, it's not about recreation, it's not about sports. The Second Amendment is about maintaining within the citizenry the ability to maintain an armed rebellion against the government if that becomes necessary. I hope it never does.
All right, so context, folks, is everything. Leaving out the beginning and the end of that comment amounts to nothing short of deception. Well, joining me now is Republican Congressman of Florida, Matt Gaetz. Congressman, welcome to the program.
Thanks so much for having me, Grant. Another day, another series of mainstream media lies about me. It's as if they've gone straight from Trump Derangement Syndrome to Gaetz Derangement Syndrome. Marjorie Taylor Greene and I are hosting these America First rallies all over the country, and I think it's really important at these rallies for our participants to leave empowered. And the best way to empower our fellow Americans is to ensure that everyone understands the full complement of our constitutional rights, not just what those rights are, but where they come from. What is the historical and political justification for those rights? And so I talked about the First Amendment and how important it is that we assemble and break through the suppression that we see so often from big tech. And then separately, as a distinct point, I talked about the Second Amendment and its foundation as a way to balance the rights of government against the interests of the individual. And then even after that, I went on and discussed search and seizure and some of the things that I've seen that are very troubling from the deep state. But it sure tells us a lot that the mainstream media goes into full meltdown whenever a conservative in a group of people is talking about the Second Amendment, gun rights, protection, and liberty.
And certainly a conservative that they are afraid of and they don't like the message. And I think you fall into that. I've gone through the same situation myself with other things. The media goes on the attack. They lie. They're devious. I will say this. I've said things on this program where I say, oh, geez, if they cut it like that, they could make it look like I've said something. Do you regret it? You go back now on speeches because you know how devious the media is to make sure you break these thoughts up so they can't do that again?
Well, I've gone to battle with the media before when they pressed lies about the Russia hoax, when they tried to turn this Ukraine situation into another impeachment opportunity. And I'm glad that viewers on Newsmax actually get the truth. And the truth is that we've got to have the opportunity to come together, as Marjorie Taylor Greene and I have, and reject not only the socialism and lies we see from the left, but the return to the establishment sought by some on the right. You laid out brilliantly in your monologue that Paul Ryan is actually trying to revert the Republican Party back to the days of the Romneys and the Bushes and the McCains. Well, I'm not going back. I think that we are the best party when we embrace America First values. Remember, after Paul Ryan and Mitt Romney lost, the Republican Party literally needed an autopsy. That's not typically a verb that you use to describe a review of something that is alive and well. America First doesn't need an autopsy. We are a red-blooded American movement that is vibrant and ready to go for the next election cycle, but it's going to take us posting up not only against the media, but some of the America Last Republicans that still are the darlings of the media, like Paul Ryan, like Liz Cheney, and some others.
Well, you're spot on that, for sure. I'm glad you came on the program, setting the record straight. The shame is we shouldn't have to be doing this stuff, but we do, because the media is out there. They're devious. They'll do anything they can to take guys like you, guys like me, others, gals, girls, conservatives down at any cost. Matt Gaetz, thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you.